Pop culture reference. Sorry.
What's up, guys? So today we're only on YouTube and Kick. I'm thinking that Wicked's World may just be YouTube and Kick. And then we'll do Rumble and possibly Twitch for gaming streams. So I feel like it's easier to keep up with the chats, and I just like keeping it more easy, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, how's everyone doing? I know got some really sad news today. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. It's been quite a month, man. Like, I know everybody says this, but it seems like this is how it always happens, especially with like celebrities that they come in threes. Uh, you know, First we had Malcolm Jamal from Cosby Show, then Ozzy, and now we got Hulk. I would love to drive up to the Hogan stop. Is it the Hogan stop or the Hogan shop? I think is what it's called. In Clearwater one of these days. Yeah, I want to check that out. I seen a couple of tweets of people that were actually up there today, and it's like packed. Have to check it out. I've always wanted to, but yeah. I think some people didn't know about Malcolm Jamal Warner because I had a couple of comments that were like, "I wonder who the third one's gonna be." And well, Hogan was unfortunately the third one. Very sad. Um, uh, let's see. Oh yeah, that's true. Chuck Mangione, I just saw that as well. It's been, I mean, it's been a week, right? Like it hasn't even just been this month. It did all happen within the past like 7 days, right? Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned in Costa Rica while on vacation. Um, and then Ozzy, he's been fighting health battles for a while. And then um Hogan, it was cardiac arrest, right? He had a heart attack, I think. So sad. Oh, did you, Daniel? That's awesome. So, I'm gonna get to that in a second, ask you guys, like, stories if you met him or anything like that, 'cause I have a couple, not from, like, actually meeting him, unfortunately. I was supposed to, I forget what year it was, probably, like, 5 or 6 years ago, he was at Nickel City Con, and when I was still living in Buffalo, I used to, like, volunteer, work there and stuff, and I loved it. And the one year, I got food poisoning, so I was there Friday, I had some pizza or something that just was not good. But the following day, he was there, and so was Lou Ferrigno, so they did, like, a Hulk and Hulk is here, and it was, like, cool. I think they did, like, a panel together and everything, and it looked really awesome, but I unfortunately missed it because I was sick. And that was also the same day that Jason David Frank did, his Q&A panel, which I had to miss as well. But the next day, I I got myself up to go meet Jason David Frank, thankfully, because, you know, he's also passed. So, yes, but we'll get into that in 1 second. Let me say hi to everybody. Make sure Kick is showing up. It is. I see Herschel's and Mongoose over there. But yeah, for now, Wicked's World, I'm just gonna do YouTube and Kick. So just so my mods know, and I'm like, where's Rumble and Twitch? Twitch is like, I'm like iffy with it. I guess maybe some gaming streams, but I don't know. I don't know. But Rumble for sure, I'll have my gaming streams up there. What's up, Sam? Devastasia, Greg McMahon, Hokies, Maddie, Greg78, Brandon Black, Dragon Blair, and we got a super chat from Detective Sherlock Maza for 5. Oi, Wicked Ba, woman. Season 3 of Beavis and Butthead will finally be happening. On the other note, have a good have a wicked good stream. Must solve me missing shoe. Well, I hope you find your shoe, Detective Sherlock Maza. Good luck to you. um where was I here? Okay. Hello, Mongoose, Saw, Rachel Hill, Keely Chow, Adam, Sean, Marianne, Stephen, John, Power Keg, Greg, Daniel, Torgo the White, Richard Dower, Donna Hall's here. Hi, Donna. Are you at work or driving? Faithful Geek, Jerry. I think I always say deep or dep for D5P. What's up, dep? uh, yeah, I know. What's up, Ian? Sherlock Mazza. I'm kind of scared. What's up, Mr. T? Market Reality, Ruddy, Chaos Maker, Soul Assassin. It's Desp. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes more sense than what I said. Uh, Market Reality for 10. Be careful when you're in Clearwater. It's the Holy Land for Scientologists, and it's where my big courthouse is with all my newsworthy trials that have gone down. Thank you, Mark, for the 10. Yeah, I'll stick to the Scientologists. I have no idea if I'm going or when, but I'll be careful. Psychotic Mongoose gifted a membership. Thank you, Mongoose. Did you get it? Did it go to you? Oh, I gotta check. That seems like it always happens. Nope, Rachel Hill got it. Okay. Mongoose does that a lot. It's really funny. I'm at work, shocker, getting ready to drive home. Well, both. And Mongoose, thank you for dropping my Sidescrollers Plus link. I'll actually be live there tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Finishing up my Lego Rose set. So if you're interested in checking that out and you want to support me over there, there's the link. I'll be doing stuff there like a couple times a month. The next one's going to be a gaming stream in a couple weeks after this one. So it's going to be fun stuff over there. Let me make sure everything is good here. Okay. So, all right. Let's get into the sad. We'll get the sad stuff over with. Well, first off, before I start with Hulk, the Ozzy stuff was obviously extremely sad, but he's been, suffering for a while, I think, and really struggling. So, but rest in peace to Ozzy. Man, my old boss was a huge well, he's a huge rock and roll fan, but he liked Ozzy and he loved Hulk. So I feel like I don't know, I should probably send him a text. I haven't talked to my old boss in a while. He's like he's a family friend and everything. So, but I feel like I need to send a message and do a wellness check because I'm sure he's having an awful week. But yeah, Hulk, as I just said before, and if anyone has any stories, I'd love to hear them. So I'll highlight it and we can chat about it. If you've met Hulk or you have any, fun childhood stories, because I feel like all of us, no matter what age you are, if you watched wrestling or you were into the movies that he made back in the 80s and 90s, or even the Hogan Knows Best show, which I did watch that, and I also watched the Osbournes show. That was kind of like I knew obviously who Ozzy was, but that was like my pop culture moment with Ozzy because I was really young and MTV kind of took over at that point with the reality shows. So yeah, rest in peace to the Hulkster. Very, very sad. 71. So again, my story for anyone that's just now coming in, I had a chance to meet him, but I was sick and I was sick about it. But I figured, oh, maybe he'll be at another con, but I don't know how many cons he really was going to, but so sad that I didn't get a chance to meet him. It looked awesome. I saw the pictures like him and Lou Ferrigno doing the Hulk thing. So that's what they were pushing to get people there. But yeah, it's extremely sad, when people we grew up with pass. This is my favorite, like, Hulk Hogan picture, GIF, whatever. I love this one. I'm just gonna pull up a couple of, posts about Hogan. It's, you know, it's super sad. So, okay, another story, sorry. My boss was a huge wrestling fan, but not just, like, the Hogan, like, he grew up, right, like, during, like, when it started, I guess. Do I know Hogan's real name? Yeah, it's Terry, how do you pronounce it? Boldia? I forgot. Uh, but yes, I know his name was Terry. Uh, but so my boss had, and this was for, like, the whole 13 years I worked there, because, like, as soon as I could start working, I got my working papers and started working, and I worked at the same place 13 years, and he had wrestling memorabilia, because he would drive and go to, like, the WrestleManias and stuff, so he had wrestling memorabilia. I wish I had a picture of it. I'm sure there's a picture somewhere. Like, I remember a picture of me with, like, a puppy or in the front, like, when I was a teenager, in the front of the store, and that's where all the wrestling memorabilia was. So I wonder, I should see if I could find, like, my mom has it or something, and maybe I'll post it if I can find it. But you'd see what I'm talking about right now. He had, like, his shirts, like the yellow shirt, like the iconic Hogan shirt. He had a couple, and he had one of the belts, and then he had, like, this really cool rock blanket. It was, it looked really awesome. But some guy came in once asking to buy the shirts, and I was like, like, it was hard for me not to, like, laugh at the guy, because I knew that he was gonna say no, because my boss got those at WrestleMania, so there's no way that he was gonna part with them. But the guy's like, he was, like, begging him, and it was such, like, a low offer for one. Like, I think he offered, like, $100 or something. And even at the time, like, a Hulk Hogan shirt that was purchased at a WrestleMania, please. My boss was just like, "No, no, I'm not selling it." And he's like, I'm gonna be Hulk Hogan for Halloween." Like, the guy was, like, an older guy too, and he's just like, "I check online." Like, my boss is like, "What? You coming in here bothering me with this?" Uh, but yeah, it looked cool, because the walls were also red. So it's like, I feel like he had wrestling in mind for it as well, right? Like, he painted the walls red, and, like, our what was it, like, our dishes for, like, French fries and stuff when people sat were red and orange. So he's a big Hogan fan. So, anyways, 13 years of my life, I stared at a Hulk Hogan shirt 5 days a week for a long time. I wonder if he still has those. Probably. I know he eventually took them down and put them away. But this was the Capable Gents post, who's a big Hulk Hogan fan as well. I thought this was one of the nicest posts that people did, actually, like, someone made. I liked how he put it together and stuff, and it looks like I didn't even know that he had this, a wrestling champion belt. I didn't know Cape had that. But he says, "I'm shook. I don't even know what to say. Hulk Hogan was one of my heroes growing up. Rest easy, Hulkster. Greatest wrestling champion ever." Aw. Yeah, gonna have to. I haven't sent any messages to anybody that were, like, big Hulk fans yet today, so I should probably send Capable Gentleman a message, see if he's all right. Yes, Benjamin. Thanks, Hokies. What's up, Javier, GRP, Dogwater AI, Mr. Q, Wiley? How are you, Wiley? Jason, Agent Orange. Yeah, but it's so sad. And then Ric Flair, I should have went to meet Ric Flair, but I was in line. I probably could have gotten out of the line when I was in Trisha's line, because she was right next to him, and there was people, like, he was there all 3 days, so I think I was there on a Saturday, so I think his Friday was probably busier. Um, but there was actually not that many people in his line. But to be fair, like I said, he was there all 3 days, and then there was Trish, who was only there Saturday and Sunday. The Hardy Boys, they had the longest line of the con, actually, but I think they may have only been there Saturday and Sunday as well. So, a lot of the times people will go the first day when there's someone they really wanna meet, just in case something happens, so they, can meet them. But anyways, I did get to a glance at Ric Flair. A couple of my friends went over and took pictures with him, said he was real nice. He was good friends with Hogan. I remember this vaguely. I probably only seen clips, but because this, like, Rick actually looks, I feel like Hogan looked the same for so long. But I remember Ric Flair looking older than this because it was like the Attitude Era when I watched, like in the 90s. But I remember them, I think they had a thing, like a little bit of a rivalry, right? During that time. But Ric Flair says, I'm absolutely shocked to hear about the passing of my close friend Hulk Hogan. Hulk has been by my side since we started in the wrestling business, an incredible athlete, talent, friend, and father. Our friendship has meant the world to me. He was always there for me, even when I didn't ask for him to be. He was one of the first to visit me when I was in the hospital with a 2% chance of living, and he prayed by my bedside. Hulk also lent me money when Reed was sick. Hulkster, no one will ever compare to you. Rest in peace, my friend. Aw. Yeah, I'm sure he's not taking that well. Um, Wiley with the rock. Whose is that? A rock emote? AP says, I'm gonna watch Suburban Commando. Yes. He had the same hair his whole life. I think so, Marcus. Because that's what I remember. Do you guys remember Hollywood Hogan when he had like he changed his colors for a little bit? Yeah, I know. I actually didn't he like I wasn't like recently converted or anything, but I know that he was baptized and everything. That's wonderful. Happy for that. I heard the same as with Ozzy. I know everybody looks at him as like Prince of Darkness because that was like his name, but I'm pretty sure Ozzy actually was also a Christian right before he passed, which is another wonderful thing to hear. Um, Mr. G says, highly recommend watching Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan Bash at the Beach 1994. Happened in Orlando, and it's a good match. Oh, that sounds interesting. I would love to watch that. I should go watch some old wrestling clips. I've seen a lot of them. Like, I'm gonna bring up something. I gotta be careful, because YouTube might clip, so I don't wanna play too much, but this, oh, hold on, I'll do that in 1 minute. Sergeant Slaughter, I vaguely remember this guy. Not a lot, because he probably wasn't like I said, Attitude Era was my era when I watched wrestling, and then a little bit afterwards, I did go to one Raw, which is the only wrestling shirt I have, and I think my mom has it now. I think I left it with her. I had one just, like, Raw shirt with the Raw logo, but that was, like, during, like, John Cena's reign when he was the most popular one, and I remember I remember some little girl, she was probably, like, 7, some guys behind us were like, "Cena sucks," and they were holding up signs, and she's like, she turned around, she's like, "You suck," and then she turned around, and she was so mad. It was so cute and funny. But that's unfortunately the only time I got to actually see a wrestling match live, but it was great. It was a lot of fun. I would have loved to go during like the Attitude Era though. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. But yes, Sergeant Slaughter says, saddened to hear about the passing of Hulk Hogan. I guess God needed an incredible angel. Rest in peace, my friend. That was one of the sweetest messages one of his friends said. Like, just short and sweet and to the point. Like, I don't know. That always gets me when people say stuff like that. Like, God needed an angel. Ugh. You were at King of the Ring 98. Oh, that was probably so cool. I'm very jealous. 1991, that's why I don't remember him. Uh, WrestleMania 7 main event, Sergeant Slaughter versus Hulk Hogan. Okay. Because I'm an Attitude Era guy, my favorite wrestlers were Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, Keeley says. Yeah, The Rock was always my favorite. Again, Attitude Era and Lita and Trish, like for the girls. Like when I was younger, Lita was my favorite because I was kind of more of a tomboy, but I also wanted to be girly. So I liked Trish, and I'm so glad I got to meet her. I'm very sad. My hair blowing in my face. You can't see it. Bugging me. Um, yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get to meet Lita, but maybe another time. Okay, here's this one here. No, Janky, not a Rumble today. I think I'm just gonna stick to gaming on Rumble. Having too many chats up is like, you know, it gets to be a little bit too much, and I feel like I get to chat with you guys more when I keep it to less platforms. So I think from now on, Wicked's World is just going to be Kick and YouTube. Okay, this one I don't know who this is, but this was a nice little tribute. Hold on, I got a piece of hair. Don't freak out. Last week, some guy freaked out because I touched my hair. The internet's weird, man. All right, I'm not going to play sound or anything because who knows if you're watching this. If this disappears after the live, it's because YouTube is like, weird. But I thought this was a nice little tribute. It's just like it's so weird. Like even when these guys they get so up there in age, but you almost look at them as kind of like invincible, right? Especially like wrestlers and athletes like this. It it's so sad. I'm still just like gutted that I did not get a chance to meet him 6 years ago. Stupid food poisoning. Because he was only there one day. A lot of the times people come for at least 2 days, but no, he was in and out. He came to hang out with Lou Ferrigno, and then he was gone. I see Lulu. What's up, Lulu? A hair touch just for you, Lulu. There you go. A little fluff for Lulu. What's up, Eric? You mean the movies? You got to use Social Stream Ninja to combine your chats into one window. Well, it does combine into one window for me on StreamYards, but I don't know. I feel like, especially with Rumble. Oh, it started over, I think. Oh no, this is the end of it. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Especially with Rumble, that I probably am gonna have to start hello. Doing like Rumble exclusives because I don't know. I don't think Rumble people really like when you're on other platforms, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And don't mind my background right now. I'm waiting for one more shelf to come, and then this will be better. I'll get rid of that lamp. I like it though. It's a cute little lampstand. You know, it's like a bookshelf lampstand. Uh Hokies, you better not. I need you to mod. uh I know, Marianne. It was weird. It was weird, but it's the internet. I'm used to it. Very used to it, but still, I can't help but sometimes point it out. Here, we'll just keep this up for now while we're chatting. Does anybody have any other like Hogan stories that you met him, or I don't know, some wrestling story that you loved? What's up, Mike? Irish whips, everyone. Hello. Sorry if I missed anyone. Um, I'm just checking. Sorry, don't mind the quietness for a second. I'm checking chats here. Ruddy, thank you for the 10 euros for all the poop thrown at Hogan. Some of it's valid. I think it's worth saying his work with Make-A-Wish was legendary, making hundreds of kids' dreams come true through his legacy, not saying the yeah. Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? I liked Hogan for what he did with wrestling. He was a pioneer. He definitely I think it's safe to say that he was one of, if not the biggest wrestling star, because people that didn't even watch wrestling for the most part know who Hulk Hogan was, right? But yeah, you guys already know I've talked about this so many times that I am willing to separate. I didn't mind him as a person though. Like I said, no one's perfect, but like the Make-A-Wish stuff that you just brought up, Ruddy, wonderful stuff, not but like if somebody is kind of like a crap human being, which I didn't think Hogan was, I can separate it. Like an example for me is like I wouldn't say that I don't know. Okay, so Johnny Depp doesn't like conservatives and stuff, right? He's been very vocal about that, but I still love him as an actor. That's an example of where I can separate who the actor is and their work. Uh, you got blocked. Did you get blocked by Hogan on X? Really, Mr. T? What did you do? Or was it like a blockchain? Maybe he's like, I got a story. Hogan turning heel and forming NWO was the best moment in wrestling history. Yeah. I remember that. I actually have a little bear. I wish from my old boss, a little NWO bear. Wolfman Ryan says, met him at the mall in Clearwater and saw him around Tampa times. Really? That's awesome. That's cool. I love Mr. T's. I got blocked by him. Sorry, I don't mean to giggle about it, but it's just kind of funny. Oh, Daniel says, when I met Hogan, got to shake his hand and tell him how much he meant to me growing up. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I remember that, Marcus. See, that's another thing. Like if you've seen the Rocky movies, then you know who Hogan is without watching wrestling, right? I remember back in the day his moment in Rocky and with the BA in the A team. Devastator says, "You would have loved the frame poster my sister gave me of Audrey looking in the Tiffany's window with coffee and a bagel." Oh, I love that. I have a canvas of that. I have that, like, actually, it's by my record player, like, on my little shelf with that. I love that. I want there's a lot of Audrey pictures that I want. I love my favorite is Sabrina, so I wanna get some Sabrina pictures. Mr. G's like, "It really happened." The WWF would not be where it is without Hulk. I agree with that. Uh, what's up, JB? Yes, rest in peace, Hulkster. And that's a very good point, Irish Whips. Can't judge a man on his worst crash out. Very true. Uh, Agent Orange, I like that too. Hogan said some messed up stuff, but he turned his life around and got baptized, so I'm not gonna throw stones at him. I agree. Me too, Marianne. If I go, I'll make sure I do like a video on it. I would love to at some point, maybe before the end of the year. Mr. T says Hulk Hogan is on the Mount Rushmore for wrestlers. He's the reason why WWF/E became a household name. Yeah. I remember when they switched to WWE, I was like mad because I grew up with WWF. So I was like, what is this? What's up, Smallville, man? Trying to make sure I don't skip over anybody. Saw says Wicked Virtue. I saw them in the late '90s in Pennsylvania and Goldberg and the Four Horsemen. Wow. See, I wish I could have gone to see like the '90s to me was peak. I know a lot of people still really like wrestling, but I fell off with watching it. Yeah, I saw that. There's some fans in his store this afternoon. I wonder if it will stay up. It should. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna take a wild guess that his family is still gonna like have the rights to it, so it would be smart. They could have it even turn it into some kind of sort of like museum, right? Like maybe put some of his stuff in there, and yeah, we'll see. I'd hope so. I'll look if I hear that they're gonna close it down, then I'm gonna have to make my way up there sooner than later. Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. Hold on.
Groovy.
Thank you, Ian. I was at a wrestling event in the north of Scotland, of all places, in the early 2000s, and John Cena bought a kilt and wore it to the ring. I don't remember why I was there, but it was fun. Oh, that's great. That's a nice memory, and I'm not surprised that John Cena bought a kilt. That's funny though. Yes, hail to the king, baby. Agent Orange says, I just hope the fans tomorrow night show some class and not boo his name when WWE does his tribute. I hope so. We'll see. You can't really say with wrestling fans. Not that I mean, like I grew up a wrestling fan, right? So I'm not saying all of us don't have some class, but you know, I can't speak for the new generation of wrestling fans because I know for sure the old generation has a lot of love for Hulk. Yeah, I read that. I had that up right here actually. Where is it? Irish Webs. Very, very sweet tribute from Ric Flair there. But all right. Time to move forward. No more sadness. If I do get a chance, to get to his store, and I hope it does that they don't shut it down. I'll definitely record it and show you guys. Okay. I'll say it. I'm a wrestling fan. 90% are white trash, no cap. What's up, Cranberry? Plenty of people have said things they can't take back when angry. Say or not say a word doesn't mean you are or are not racist. Yeah. Lady Marine's here. Hi. Once a Hulkamaniac, also always a Hulkamaniac. Yes. Man, I remember he got everyone so pumped at it wasn't Trump's inauguration. What was it? It was I think it was just like one of the stops that he made. Maybe it was Florida or something, but I remember he just got everyone so pumped like when he did his signature, shirt rip and had the RNC, thank you. That's what it was. Republican National Convention. That's right. the rally. It was awesome. Rest in peace, Hulk. Okay. Let's see. I just want to make sure that okay, so Kick Chat is caught up. Good. Sometimes Kick lags a little bit on the StreamYard side. All right, let's see. Let's talk about something happy. What do we got here? I had a Lego set that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Ah, this is so cool. Where's Vara? We turned into Furbies when we're talking about Arkham, well, the Arkham games. But this expensive, but I would love to put this together. First, look at the Lego Arkham Asylum set. It will cost $300. Oof, that's insane. But it looks so freaking cool. I want it. I want it. I want it. What's up, Blue Eyed Scorpio? Hey, Rolo's here. What's up, Rolo? Rest in peace to Hulkster. Yes. How are you doing, Rolo? Oh, I am gonna show that whole I got the Lego Game Boy as well, Janky. But this, oh yeah, I always forget that Lulu is a big Arkham fan. Lulu will help build it. Okay. It's a deal. Don't be like Beardo and tell people to play City first. My favorite is Asylum. But yeah, I listen, to each his own. If that's the one that Beardo likes the most, then okay. But I like Asylum the most. All of the Arkham games are great. But I want this so bad. I may end up having to get it. It's been a while since I've gotten a costly Lego set. The last one was the Millennium Falcon, and it was probably about this much, maybe a little bit more. Woo says night all the way. Yeah, I want this. So I'm probably gonna get it. But yeah, you know what, Janky? I do have Origins is underrated. I like all the Arkham games, but I would say Asylum is probably my favorite. Okay, hold on. Did I bring up the same one twice? Hold on. I got my tabs messed up. This is cool too. And this is I think this one's only like $50 or something like that. First look at the Lego Game Boy. I'm getting it. Absolutely. It's going to be put up in the background for sure. It comes with Super Mario Land and The Legend of Zelda. I can talk. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening cartridges, and it costs $60. That's not too bad. Comparing it to the $300 Arkham one. Oh. Well, I'll try. Maybe I'll get the Arkham set. This for sure. I think I can swing $60. Check Brickset for details on these sets. Thank you. Yeah, I seen something like I get Lego notifications like randomly, like in on your phone in the little like news section, and I seen something that was like saying all these sets that were supposed to be coming out, but when I looked into it, I wasn't sure that it was like legit, right? Like there was a Goonies one coming out, so Jay will freak out over that one. I think there was like a new Lord of the Rings one too, but I don't know if that's for real. So I think that would be all over if those were coming out. The best site for Lego news. Well, thank you. Does it actually work? I don't know. Hold on. I'm not gonna. You got to be careful scrolling on the comments when you're live. See if it says it. No. Someone said no screen time limits if it's Lego, right? Maybe it does work. I mean, I would like it just for the design. Oh no, someone said it's not playable, not functionable. Who knows? It's the internet. They might not be right. That would be cool, but I just want to build it and have it for decoration. All right, let me zoom out here. I got too much. Thank you for dropping my comfort link, Herschels. They actually have a really cool. I'm not going to push this yet until I get it, which I'm going to eventually buy it. But they have a new set for traveling, and it comes with eye covers, like an eye mask, and it looks so comfy. It's got all the zippers, and it's great. What's up, Mystic Girl? I love me some Legos, just don't have room to put it. I understand that. That's why I'm sticking with the small ones. Like tomorrow on Sidescrollers Plus, I'll be finishing the Rose Lego set. I do have a Donkey Kong set, but that's put aside. I don't know when I'll put that together. I want the Jaws set really bad. That one's still out. There's also every time I go, I have it on my wish list, but every time I go to actually buy it, it's it's sold out. It's a Marilyn Monroe, like Andy Warhol style like Lego thing. Like it's like a it looks like light bright, to be honest. I don't think it lights up, but it reminds me of the light bright if you remember from like the 80s and 90s, that toy. That's what it reminds me of. But it looks really cool. Maybe I'll get it one day. But those are like tiny things that I can, hang on the walls or like put on shelves. But like the really big ones, like even like the Millennium Falcon, I wouldn't know where to put that. So, I mean, even with the Arkham Asylum, I don't know. I would love to get that, but I don't know. I don't know where I would put it. It's probably huge. Okay. Let's see. So I didn't go see. I think Fantastic Four dropped today, right? Yeah, it's the Wicked's Roll Thursday. What day is it? What year is it? I don't know anymore. What's this? Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. What do you guys think of this? Elon Musk in a new tweet. We're bringing back Vine, but in AI form. What does that even mean? First off, I loved Vine. Okay. Vine, this could just be the millennial in me, but Vine was superior to TikTok. Okay. It was just quick little laughs, none of the bull crap that we get now. I'm not really a fan of TikTok. But AI, like, I don't know. That's making me think like, I'm sure you guys have all seen this on YouTube. When you're into like a video, right? And then all of a sudden something happens and you're like, this is an AI made video and it's not done well because just the cracks start showing. Like an example for me is I don't remember what the name of the page was, but I wouldn't promote it anyways. Um, but it was about this actress. She was in the movie Now and Then. Some of the ladies in the chat, maybe some of the guys too, will remember that movie. I loved that movie. But the actress, I can't remember her name right now, who played Chrissy in it, the younger Chrissy, she she passed away, and it was like talking about her life. But like 5 minutes in, it's sharing pictures of was it, Thora Birch, I think was her name, who was also in the movie. She was a girl, that little girl from Hocus Pocus. Sorry, I'm, like, digressing, but they started showing pictures of her, and I'm like, "Well, she's still very much alive." That's when you start seeing, like, okay, this was an AI-made video, and I'm not against using AI as a tool to do certain things, but, like, when you just rely on it fully to, like, make YouTube videos and stuff, I think that's kinda lazy. And especially when you don't go over the video before you post it, that's extremely lazy, right? So I'm wondering if that's what this is going to be. Like we're bringing back Vine, but in AI form. Like what's that going to be? Because what I liked about Vine was like that it was like little skits. Some of it was stupid, of course. It's the internet. A lot of things on the internet are stupid, but at least at the time, I don't know how much I would like Vine now, but at the time I loved it because it was like a little pick me up. I'd be at work on break and then just like open up Vine and get some laughs, some like very much needed laughs. Uh, yeah, there is a lot of AI slop channels. You're right. I want to see. Herschel says, from what I heard, that is only in the US. The China version is normal stuff. Of what? TikTok? What are you guys talking about? Oh, you're having a conversation on Kick. Okay. Let me look up. Hold on. I gotta pull up Elon's. I'm just gonna pull up his page here and see what he's saying about it. He sure tweets a lot. Hold on. It's probably like old news. Oh, that's all he wrote. We're bringing back Vine, but in AI form. Okay, never mind. Hmm. I guess we'll find out one day what he means by that. I don't know. I'm not excited about it. I mean, if it's, I don't know. Yes, thank you, Ashley Ashton Moore. That was her name. Yeah, it's a good point. Vine is about making short, spontaneous, viral content. I don't see how people would like fake AI videos just branded. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what he's doing. He was very that's all he said, nothing else. He's just like, "You know what? I'm gonna bring Vine back, but AI, bye." Like, "Okay, Elon, thanks." He does. Did you see I was dying, and I'm so mad that I didn't think about it first, honestly. But there was a couple, one in particular, um, influencer who did the video. If you've seen Mean Girls, you know when Regina, like, bugs out when she finally finds out that Katie Haring is, like, against her and trying to take her down, and she's, like, screaming, and then she goes into her room and cuts out a picture and puts it in the burn book, and it's like, "She's a fugly skank." Well, somebody did that, but, like, as Elon, like, Elon right now and, like, putting Trump's picture in there, oh my gosh, it's probably just the girl in me that found that so freaking funny, but you just made me think about that, Ian, 'cause that's true. Um, and I think I showed it on stream, I don't have it anymore, um, because it was a I showed it on stream. It was Nathan. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Nathan. Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry for the awkward silence for a second. Let's see. Nathan Lane. Why did it take me a second for that? But there was the Nathan Lane scene. I think it was from Birdcage, but I could be wrong. Where he's like he's all like emotional, running away, getting in his car, and then he accidentally hits a horn. He's like, ah, and it's like people were like, "This is Elon leaving the White House." Sorry, I find things funny. Ah, Donna, thank you for gifting a membership. And Market Reality, thank you for the 2. Elon dropped a neuron. Also, is he really human? I think so. I just think, Elon kind of reminds me of JT from Grandma's Boy, the one who dresses like the Matrix. I don't know. He just gives that vibe, like where he might actually think that he's a robot. So no reason to apologize for that. Yeah, well, you guys know. If you've been here long enough, I digress and I say silly things a lot. And sometimes you guys follow and sometimes you don't, but I still appreciate you guys here. Birdcage is a classic. Oh, I missed Robin Williams. I moved my stuff around. I still got Robin Williams up there. That picture will be one that will never come down. I love that Robin Williams picture. Oh, this news. Hold on. I got a sip of water before this one. This is weird. Okay. Christian Rocker, hello. Jari, hello. All right. This is weird, guys. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch this. It's just too weird. So apparently, Kit Harrington and Sophie Turner are doing a movie where they play lovers. Now listen, I know the Game of Thrones was just a show, but, like, it's like he watched her grow up, right? What's the age difference? Hold on, give me a second. How old is Sophie Turner? I know she's not, like, super old, but she seems it because, like, her age is, like hold on, Sophie Turner age. Sorry, I just do it on my phone. I know I should just look it up on the computer, but I'm so used to okay, she's still in her 20s. She's 29, but she looks older. I think she might have gotten that buckle fat thing where she gets like, "Why do you don't get the fat from your cheeks removed? It makes you look young. What's wrong with you?" Okay, so Sophie Turner's 29 and Kit Harington, he's not that much older, is he? Actually, no, he might be pushing 40. Yeah, he's 38. So he's almost 10 years older than her. So it's just like when they started Game of Thrones, she was a kid, right? How old was she when they started Game of Thrones? When she started Game of Thrones, she was 15. So that means that he was almost 25. He was like 23, 24. So it's only like 10 years, which isn't that bad, but it's just like it's like he watched her grow up kind of, right? I don't know, man. Like there's nothing like really wrong with it. It's just kind of weird. She does look older than him, doesn't she? She's tall too. She does. She looks even hold on. Let me Sophie Turner. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Whatever, it'll fix it. Sophie Turner. Let's do Google search and how she looks now. Like she looked young then. She's what is it? What year are we in? 2025. Like I'm not coming at her. It's totally fine. Whatever. Like I don't like being mean like this, but like sometimes I can't help but like comment on it because I don't get it. Especially these young Hollywood girls that are still in their 20s. Like some of them, I think like the Jenner Kardashians started getting work done when they were like still teenagers. I couldn't even what? Now I lost my place. Hold on. There it is. I mean, she definitely doesn't look as bad as some. You're not mean enough. Well, I don't like to be listen, I know it's like my job here online, right? To kind of like be judgmental and stuff, but I in my personal life, I try not to be um, you know, too judgmental because, nobody's perfect. Her butt should be jealous of why Scorpio. Okay, hold on a second. Let's get rid of this idiot over here. Peace out, buddy. We're here talking smack. All right. So this is what they said. I don't know which one. Oh, this was Sophie Turner. She says, "We're doing a gothic horror, but we play lovers. Sorry, guys. It's really weird for all of us." Sophie Turner on how she feels about playing lovers with her Game of Thrones co-star Kit Harington for their upcoming film, The Dreadful. I know the John and Sansa reunited scene was great. It was so like sweet. They had then why take they think it well to be honest, like what has Kit Harington really done? You know, what was that one show he did? He did a Marvel show, right? Like, or he was supposed to do a Marvel show. No, he was in it. Was he in Moon Knight? Was that the one that he was in? He was in one of them. Somebody tell me in the chat. He was in one of them. And he was supposed to have like this bigger was he in it? It was Eternals. It was Eternals and he was supposed to have a bigger role, right? Oh, okay. Okay. It was the Eternals. See, like I'm mixing them up. Whatever. But yeah, he was supposed to have a bigger role in the MCU and it didn't happen. I'm not dissing Jon Snow. Calm down, blue-eyed Scorpio. It's okay. I'm not. I'm just saying he hasn't done much. So listen, Rob Stark is the reason I watched the Eternals, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about the Eternals. That's the only reason I watched it. But I'm just saying he hasn't really done much. I know he went through like a depression or something like that. And he just was like out of the public eye for a bit. But I'm just saying, has he done anything since that? Was he in the Marvels? I didn't see that one. So like, okay, so he's done a couple, appearances in the Marvel stuff, but since then he hasn't done much. So he struggled with the booze. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. But yeah, that's what I mean, like, not coming at him, just that he hasn't really done much, so he's gonna take what he can, and especially, like, banking on the nostalgia of working with Sophie Turner, but I just it's weird, like, I get it, like, they're actors, and I know so many actors get put, like, in that bubble of when they play a certain role, and that's just what you're always looked at, right? So, Kit Harington and Sophie Turner are always gonna be looked at as the Starks, so them playing lovers is just this is the first like if they would have done something in between this and Game of Thrones, maybe not like a romantic thing, but like a different like a movie or something, maybe. But it's just like they jump from brother and sister to lovers, and it's just I know it's been years. It's kind of weird, but I good for them getting a role. It's gonna be a gothic horror, so he was a Snow, not a Stark. Yeah, but he was raised by the Starks, and they were raised as siblings. Like, we don't need to get into the logistics of the story. Just saying, even they said, like, "Sorry, guys." It's weird for all of us. Blue Eyed Scorpio says Richard Madden is why I stopped shaving my beard all the way. True story. It was a good move. Well, you know what? I think it's good to follow Richard Madden's style. He's got a good style. So any guys that wants to follow his style, you get a thumbs up from me. Oh my god, look at this idiot. Peace out. People get so like TDS. Starks to Lannisters. Oh no, stop. Ugh. Okay. Whoops. We're not going on to that yet. I'd rather just be tall. What? All right, let's go on to some super chats. Market Reality, thank you for the 2. I was leaning more towards alien, but robot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Ian Soulforth, thank you for the 50 pounds. Kit Harrington is ageless because he is made of pure soy. No. You're gonna upset Blue-Eyed Scorpio, Ian. Margaret Reality, thank you for the 5. They're brother and sister in Game of Thrones, so it's weird to see them as a couple somewhere else. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's, it is what it is. I'm happy for them getting roles, but it's just gonna be weird for people to see. Like, what I was saying about like actors being put like in a bubble. It's you think of Robert Pattinson. He's actually a pretty good actor, I think so. But you see him and you just automatically think Twilight, which sucks for him because I'm not a Twilight fan. So I would kind of hate for that to be what I'm always known for. But that's like how it is. Let's see. I'd rather like yeah, typecasting, yes, but I mean not typecasting because it's not like, Robert Pattinson's always cast as a vampire. I just mean when you're in such a popular role, that's just what people see you as. So if you try to step off and do something different, like if you're a comedian, which a lot of comedians have done it, like Jim Carrey, even Robin Williams, but if you go from being a comedian to doing something like a dark drama, sometimes it's hard for people to accept that. But yeah, I mean, Mark Hamill, yeah, he did it. Went from Luke Skywalker to the Joker. Funny story, my mom, like a few years ago, she didn't even know that that was Mark Hamill that played the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. I was like, yeah, she's like, that's not Mark Hamill. I had to look it up and show her. I was like, that's Mark Hamill. And she was like, wow. I'm like, yeah, actors can act crazy. But Mark Hamill's a little bit of a Looney Tune, so. Robert Pattinson's either vampire or Batman. Starting to see a pattern here. Okay. What do we have here? You know what? Speaking of Alien, Mark, thanks for the little segue there for a second from your super chat. Alien Earth abandons plot elements from Ridley Scott's prequels and exits in parallel to Romulus. Oh, exits. I can read. Exists in parallel to Romulus. FX's entertainment boss says everything doesn't have to fit together the way you expect from Marvel fans. Don't expect that in this universe. Um, so I know not a lot of people liked Romulus. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10. What I liked about the Romulus movie, the actors like if you compare anything, like if you compare it to the original Aliens, and then the first Alien movie and then Aliens, it's gonna be awful because those 2 movies were great. But I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I appreciated the set design and how the alien looked. I try to find good and stuff because I get burnt out with like all the hate from like every single movie that comes out, which some of it is warranted. But for me, Romulus, it's nowhere. It does not touch Alien or Aliens. But personally, I appreciated the set design and that they made the xenomorph, look like the original one. Yumi in the movie says this doesn't make sense because Romulus had the black goo from the prequels and did a good job of bringing it forward. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they even had to say this. Like, just let it be what it is. Put the show out, and But everyone has to make connections. Like, it's got to be like this. It's got to be like that. Is it going to tie in with this movie or this character? So that's probably why they said that. I'm gonna check out the show. I hope it's good. But my favorite out of all of the Alien movies is Aliens. So good. I don't think they'll ever be topped. Are they prepping people about intentional lore breaking in the show? Probably. That's a good point. Probably. Probably. Mystic Girl says, "I've never seen Aliens." Have you seen the first one, or you just haven't seen any of them? If you've seen the first one, you definitely gotta check out Aliens. Aliens is so good. Super good. Love the Alien movies. The first 2. The other ones, I would say you could skip. 3's where it starts getting a little weird, but, some people like it. And 4, they just went full sci-fi camp with that. Uh Jose Taco. Yeah, I actually posted a review for that on Critic List. I seen it as soon as it dropped. Very good. I actually remember hearing about the restaurant before the movie came out, and I'm like, I'd love to go there, but you have to go to New York City in order to do that. But yeah, if I, speaking of Critic Lists, we might as well. So I'm not really gonna talk about Fantastic Four right now. It just dropped. Um, but I thought I would bring this up. It's a good segue, I guess, right? Um, I prefer looking at critic lists for like real reviews, and so far it looks like people think Fantastic Four is rad. I haven't gotten my tickets yet. I don't. The thing is, I don't really feel like going to see it, but I probably should for Saucy. So I may go like tomorrow night or Saturday morning or afternoon to go watch it before Saucy, because that's probably going to be the majority of what we talk about. But it looks like the overall audience score is rad, not too bad, I guess. But here, let me see. I'm gonna minimize that for now because we'll give critic lists some love. But the reason why I actually brought that up was because I wanted to show this. Rotten Tomatoes scores for July's blockbuster films. So it looks like, and I'm kind of surprised by this, but I'm also not, because again, like, listen, I'm not even in the mood to talk about Superman. I gave my thoughts on it on Saucy, and I'm freaking burnt out on the Superman talk. Um, but I find it kind of crazy that F1 isn't on this, because I know people really were like loving that one. That's the movie that I've heard more about. Uh, Jose says Critical Drinker really liked Fantastic Four. What's above rad? Most excellent. We'll show. You know what? We'll look through my critic list reviews in a minute, just to give them some love. If you guys are on there, you should get on there. Even if you don't want to review movies, it's a nice site to get like real reviews from people, like not Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, it looks like Fantastic Four's Jurassic World really did not do well. I want to see that just because I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park movies. So, uh, yeah. Well, it looks like Fantastic Four. I'm not that surprised, because if we're being honest, um, I think for the most part that Marvel live action, especially when it was really done well during Phase 4, has always been liked a little bit more than the DC live action. So I'm not really surprised by this. I just know that more people, I think that this has to do with Pedro Pascal fatigue, though, that more people, like in my chats, like going up to this, like leading up to these movies being released, they said, I don't really want to see either, but if I'm going to go see one, it's going to be Superman. I had a lot of that. So yeah. But yeah, that's why I brought up critic lists. Fantastic Four was good. Oh, so wait, should I go? Maybe I'll go see it then. I mean, I was thinking that I should go see it. I know Disbrew and X-Ray both also want me to go see it so that I can review it with them. But here, while we're talking about, in case you guys don't know what critic list is, and thank you for, I see Mods dropping my links for critic list here. We'll go to my profile and what I've reviewed. Just did Superman, because I've been rewatching the Sam Raimi Superman, and I really Thank you, Des, for the follow. It just popped up on Critic List. So Spider-Man, I love that movie so much. I was probably about 12 when I first seen it, 12, 13, I don't know. But the first time I seen it, I was like, "Man, I love this." And that was started my love for Tobey's Peter Parker. So that's the last one I did. I'll probably do 2. I just recently watched them again. Like I watch them every few years. It's one of my favorite movies. It's definitely my favorite superhero movie, but I'm like, does it hold up? And it absolutely does. It still holds up. I love the Spider-Man movies. We don't need to talk about 3. We did get Bully Maguire from 3. So I mean, if we want to be you know, positive about 3. Anyways, yeah. So these are, what I got here. I haven't I guess I've reviewed quite a bit. But yeah, it's like I think heinous is the worst one, then bogus, then decent, then rad, and then most excellent. So there. The first 2 were really good. Oh my gosh, the scene in Spider-Man 2 when, it's such because like when you really analyze it, when I was a kid, I didn't analyze it that much as I do now. Um, but like in the second one, when, they show the scene, like, Peter's losing his powers, right? And it's like it's a mental thing, but he's losing his powers. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna live my life. Like, forget it then. I'm done with Spider-Man. And he sees like a guy getting jumped in an alleyway, and he's getting ready to go, and he's like, oh wait, like, and he just like backs away. But then this is a character-defining moment for him, and it's such a Peter Parker moment. And this is why I will always, always argue that Tobey's Spider-Man is the best live-action one because he does a good job portraying Peter. But like this scene from Spider-Man 2 where the building's on fire and he's getting ready to like, he's like, oh wait, because he keeps forgetting, like, oh, he got rid of the suit. It's like, I'm not Spider-Man anymore. And he's about to walk away, and then someone says, there's a little girl still on the second floor, and he doesn't even think, and he just runs into the building. It's such a good scene, and that's such a Peter Parker moment because that's what Peter Parker would do. He didn't have powers, but he still was like, I'm gonna go save this little girl. Like, he didn't even think about it. And it's such a cute scene too, because like obviously he saves her, but the scene where the floor falls out and she's like dangling, he's holding on because he tries to jump and the floor falls, and then he tosses her up and she's trying to pull her up. This little like 3-year-old, she's pulling him up. Oh, it's just such a well done scene, and we don't really get like those emotional scenes really anymore from these movies. We do a little bit, but a lot of it turns into like, that the jokes like we get from, James Gunn stuff. And I like those emotional moments. Sorry. Spider-Man rant. But yeah, it's a shame that Spider-Man 3 wasn't great. Like that's not on my list for the best ones. 1 and 2 is fine, but then 3 becomes laughable and it kind of sucks. It must have been something with the writing. I guess now that I'm older, I was young when that came out and I didn't look into who were the writers and stuff. Um, but I'm guessing some of the writing, like writer's room changed a bit or something, or maybe Sam Raimi just was running out of steam with those movies at that point. I don't know. Or he was trying to go funny with it because you think of like Evil Dead, right? The first 2 were a bit more on the first one was definitely more of a horror for Evil Dead. The second one got a bit more silly, but it was just Evil Dead 1 with more money, essentially. But then you got Army of Darkness, which is a great movie, but that one definitely leaned more into like the silly. I know people who do not like horror movies, but they like Army of Darkness because it's still kind of scary, like because it's supposed to be a horror movie, but like it's funny. So maybe that's just Sam Raimi's thing. I don't know. Jose said he was forced to do 3. The studios forced him to do 3 is what you're saying. Okay. That makes sense. When they do that, yeah, that it doesn't usually end up good, unfortunately. But oh man, they were so good. And then um the Amazing Spider-Man, the wasted potential there. with Andrew Garfield, but I still think, like, I think he was too much of, like, a pretty boy for Peter Parker. You know, he didn't do a bad job because I mean, that's the thing that people sometimes forget when they compare all these comic book movies, that there's different versions of comics and people take inspiration from different stories and sometimes even the superheroes act different, you know. I think it was a bit of wasted potential, but to me, Toby's always gonna be the superior Peter Parker. The only thing that I have against, and it's not even against, it's like a little nitpick, is that they didn't give him a New York accent. It would make sense. Like, as a kid, I didn't even care, but, like, as an adult now, I'm like, "Yeah, he's from Queens." He should, like, even, Willem Dafoe and, James Franco, there was certain, like, moments where you heard them and the New York accent came out a little bit. For Willem Dafoe, it was more so when he was, like, getting angry and he was doing, like, Goblin, but, like, if you rewatch it and you pay attention, there's a hint of, like, New York City accent in them. They were just like, "Mm," but same with Mary Jane. Mary Jane and Peter, Toby and Kirsten Dunst both didn't even have a hint of a New York City accent in that movie, which is fine. They did fine in their roles, but that would be one thing that would have made it just absolutely perfect. But the movies are still so good, like, the scene with, the tray, I think he did, like, 50 takes or something like that, Toby, to get, like, when she slides and he grabs her and then he does the thing that's not CGI. I feel like we don't get that anymore, like, "Let's just CGI it." Like, he just kept doing the takes until he got it perfect, and that's so good. I miss when movies did cool stuff like that. Oh gosh, Corey for 5. I seen Ian say no, so this must be a dad joke. What do you can what do you can and arouse square and a rectangle high wicked? I think you meant what can you do to arouse a square and a or I don't know, man. I get the joke, but Corey. Yeah, you get typo. What do you call an aroused square is I think what Corey meant in a rectangle high wicked. Thank you, Corey. I'm sure you should put that one in your pocket for Vara. She would probably love it. She loves your dad jokes. Well, look at Sethington liked it. There you go, Corey. Oh no. Also, real quick, it was a good one. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't, Corey. Quality dad jokes. And Herschel's, holy moly. Thank you for sending me the money on PayPal to get the Arkham set. I appreciate that. And you know what? I mean, the only thing that's going to work for that is this. The Batman thumbs up. I'm never quick enough to do both sides. I need to have a guest to do both sides. But oh my gosh. Hokies, thank you so much. All right, guys. It looks like when the Arkham set drops, I will be getting it. Ian's like, no, it was not good. Oh man. Let me see. What do we have here? Got a couple of things to talk about. Before we get off of the superhero topic here, Corey, there's an Arkham Lego set coming out. I can pull it back up in a minute. I already X'd out the thing, but it's nice. So these are the ratings for all the 2025 superhero films. I mean, Fantastic Four is clearly gonna take the lead because it's not even the weekend that it's been out yet, right? Like, it just dropped today. Um, so I definitely think, um, that Fantastic Four is gonna take the lead here, and Superman will probably end up in second. I think it still might end up in second, I don't know. It has been out for a little bit now, but there's a chance that it could take second. Not that I mean, if you look at Metacritic, it's right there, you know what I mean? So, probably. Fantastic Four is definitely gonna take the lead, though, because not even Captain America dang, it's gonna just Captain America's just gonna stay there. I know, what a mid-year. I agree. I didn't watch Brave New World. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of my friends on here, and I props to X-Ray and Disparu for, watching all this stuff that I don't watch so that on Saucy it can get reviewed for you guys. But most of the stuff I just can't. Like, I have a hard enough time getting to the movies to see stuff that I actually want to see. So, like, Captain America, there's no way that I was gonna go see that in theaters. No freaking way. What's up, Venom Bite? Yes, rest in peace to the Hulkster. I'm honestly surprised we only got one weirdo in here complaining about Hulk, which, you know what? I should have highlighted that person's comment, but I don't like giving spotlight to dumb trolls. So they just goodbye. Bye, Felicia. But really, it's kind of sad. Not kind of sad. It's really sad to see, you know, talking like, if you dislike someone because of their politics or whatever, okay, but, like, that you have to go hop around on, like, live streams and down people for, paying memory to them, because not everyone thinks the same, but, that's kinda how the lefties work, unfortunately. But, like, getting into that, who here who here watched South Park last night? That's why I brought that back up, because I'm also gonna talk about people on the right side, apparently, who, like, I saw all of this before I even watched it. I actually watched the South Park episode right before the stream. Um, okay, my thoughts on the South Park episode. So the creators, Matt and Trey, I think that they do they're great. I wouldn't say they're comedians, uh, because they don't do, like, stand up, whatever, but, like, they write fantastic comedy. I love South Park. Every episode doesn't hit, you know? Sometimes there's jokes that it's kind of like, okay, that wasn't that funny, but for the most part, I think they push the boundaries, and I appreciate that. They make fun of everybody. They really do. Yeah, satire. They make fun of everybody. I will say though, with this last episode, if you haven't watched it yet, I won't like they walk the walk. Exactly, Ruddy. Exactly. This last episode, it felt there was parts that I laughed out loud for sure, but there were certain like jokes that were kind of weak, and it felt like it was the like executives, the studio that had, like, input on those ones, right? It didn't quite feel South Park, if you know what I mean. Um, if that makes sense. So they're like, I was like, "Ah, okay, whatever." But the thing is, like I said, they make fun of everybody. They that's just how they are. And it doesn't bother me. The thing is, I think you should push the boundaries like that with comedy. But you know, when a lot of times, like when they make fun of people on the left, they froth at the mouth and they get so mad. Like, case in point, the weirdo that was in my chat mad that I am saying rest in peace to Hulk Hogan and Ozzy. Like, you can't like Hulk Hogan because he was mad God. Like, get out of here with that. I don't got time for you. But it's also right now happening on the other side a little bit where people are like very mad at South Park for the last episode, and it's like it's just comedy. Like I said, I did see certain jokes in there that did not feel like South Park, but it still was like a funny episode. And there was also like a moment where I was like, I like my mouth dropped and I was like, wow, they really went there. But like I said, they push the boundaries. They want to be canceled, kinda. They had that whole like cancel South Park thing where they really were like just pushing the boundaries. So, yeah, I mean, I know I had South Park in the title, and I wasn't it's actually kind of funny because I wasn't even trying to make a play on, like, Make America Great Again when I said South Park's making people mad again. Because I thought about it, I'm like, "Okay, what am I gonna put about South Park in this title?" I'm like, "They're making people mad again." And then I was like, that kind of fits because it's why people are mad, but it's whatever. Like it's just comedy. So I don't think it's a lot of people, not anyone like in my corner of the internet really I don't see getting mad, but I know that there was like an uproar from conservatives about it. And it's like it's just comedy. We push for free speech and stuff, right? So they're gonna especially like what's stuff that's going on with Trump at the moment. Like I'm not surprised at all that they did an episode picking at him, you know? Yeah. Matt and Trey basically dare the network to cancel them. That's a very fair point. Very, very fair point. But yeah, like I said, there was parts of it that I thought were funny, but there were parts that did not feel like like South Park, right? Like Matt and Trey didn't like write those. They it had to get put in there because Paramount maybe wanted them to, which sucks. But I wasn't mad about it. I guess we'll just leave it at that. But apparently, there are some people that are mad about it, and well, it's the internet. Someone's always mad. And yeah, no one is above being made fun of. Exactly. Exactly. Ian for 50 pounds. Thank you. I fully agree. Everyone is game for comedy. I also think that whilst Trey's a genius, he's old enough to be treading boomer territory humor wise. I think he's instinctively getting a little safer. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I can see that. I mean, when did like was it early or mid 90s that South Park started? I remember going to school. It was like a hand-me-down shirt. And I'd never watched South Park at this point. But I had a shirt that said come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine or something like that. It was like a shirt from like one of my older cousins or something. And I got in trouble for wearing it to school. And my mom had to come bring me another shirt, you know. So I mean South Park has been offensive for a long time because apparently even just having the characters on a shirt was not okay. I remember I was like, I never even watched the show. Why am I in trouble? And I was like, "Are you serious?" She was so mad that she had to leave work to come bring me a shirt. But I mean, I've seen them make fun of a lot of people. Like I don't know. I wasn't offended, but I'm not easily offended. Like when people come in my chat saying dumb stuff, I'm like, I don't got time for you. Just goodbye. Um, but it's not even about like being offended. It's just like I don't have time for you. uh, where are we here? Mark, thank you for the 10. Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. Blam. I remember that line, but not what we were imbibbing at the time. We had to pause the movie from laughing so hard. Oh, yeah. Ash. I'm like, it took me a second. Like, I know that line was from Ash, and I was like, oh, yeah, we were just talking about the Evil Dead movies. AP, thank you for the 5. People really can't laugh anymore, can they? Everything is no Mateen crap. Yeah, unfortunately, that's why I said I'm like, I know a lot more of, like, people on the right side aren't, like I wouldn't say that there's a ton of them that are, like, up in arms about it, but it's just, like, don't get mad about that. It's just comedy. We're supposed to be the side that can laugh at ourselves. I've been a troublemaker for a while. Shh, don't tell anyone, John. Uh, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember, say I'm bibbing again? What did did you spell something wrong or is that a word? I've never heard of that word before. Oh, it's bibing. Is it bibing? I've never heard that word before. That make fun of me, Lark. Just kidding. Hopefully Sam and Bruce are still doing the Ash vs. Evil Dead animated series. I think so. I heard it. Uh yeah, I heard that they were gonna do it, so I really hope so. I would love to because Bruce has said, he can't really bring Ash to life in live action anymore because he's getting up there in age, so he can't, get thrown through tables and, all the crazy stuff that he used to do. So just voicing him would be much easier, and he's so on board for that. Ken says, "I'm too old to be offended by anything." That's a good way to be, Ken. Don't be offended. It's not worth it. Uh, let's see. Ruddy, thank you for the €5. I'm Catholic, and some of my favorite South Park episodes involve Jesus and Santa in Iraq and Imagination Land. Lighten up, folks. Yeah, that South Park isn't for everybody, but I'm just saying, um, when they make fun of your side, just brush it off. And if it's not for you, then don't. You know. Well, I'm sorry that you're offended by my lack of offense, Cranberry. Okay, let's see. We had topics here. But yeah, I don't have much to say about it. It was a short episode. There were parts that I was just like, wow. Like it's like I wanted to be like, wow, can't believe they went there. But then again, it's South Park and they've been around for a while. So yeah, they went there. I wonder. See, I kind of want to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, but YouTube has not been nice to me about trailers lately. So I don't want to have to you know, delete it after the live stream. Chef got big mad when they made fun of Scientology. I remember that. I remember that. I am not Jose. I never got the third one for the Transformer comics. At some point, I will. Uh, oh, Corey is so late. I thought it was gonna be a dad joke. Thank you for the two. Did I hear about the Game Boy Lego set? I did. I actually brought them up and was talking about that. And, Corey didn't see. Hold on. I still have it bookmarked, and then we'll get into we gotta bring Corey up to speed real quick. Uh, bookmarks here because I'm definitely gonna get the Game Boy one, and now Hokies, sent me the money to get the Arkham one. So when that drops, I'll eventually get that one too. Just gotta figure out where the heck I'm gonna put it. Where is it? This looks so cool. Honestly, what would be fun? I just see if Vara wants to get it as well, and we could do a stream and building it together because me and her both love the Arkham Asylum. Well, we love the Arkham games, but I'm gonna ask her. That'd be cool. All right, so first look at the Lego Arkham Asylum set right here. It looks so freaking cool. Ian. uh but yeah, when it's not out yet, but like when it's out, I'll ask her. I'll message her and see if she's I don't know if Vara's into Legos, but that would be fun. But I probably would do that one like on YouTube. I'm just gonna so on Sidescrollers, I'm gonna be finishing my Rose Legos because I never got a chance to finish those. So yeah, tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be on Sidescrollers Plus. My mods have been dropping the link if you're interested in joining. The link that they're posting, it supports me directly. So I'd appreciate it, but if it's not your thing, cool. But if you're interested in that, there's a lot of other creators that are also over there doing stuff, and I'll be playing games and doing a couple other things over there as well. Janky Kong. Also, before I get back into another topic, I think tomorrow night I might go with the Nintendo 64 and play Donkey Kong 64 because I haven't had any issues with it. Again, like I said, I think I just have to clean out the Super Nintendo, uh, because I thought that maybe it was the retro tank that was giving issues. It is a little loose. There's like a part of the retro tank, and I looked this up. It's a normal problem that some people have with it. Um, but I keep playing the Rambi Arena because whoever had the Donkey Kong 64 game before me, I'm actually glad that they played it a little bit because it made me able to do the Rambi Arena. Because I think you need to play for like a certain amount of time to unlock that one. Because I don't have the aquatic one yet. The extra little bonus game. So yeah, I think maybe Friday night I will play Donkey Kong 64. Be fun. We'll have a little retro game night. We'll do a test, right? Because last time we were like, we're having a retro night. It messed up. But I see the chat talking about Bonanza. Yeah, I don't have a Switch 2 yet. Eventually I'll get one. I'm just not in a rush. I would love to the first game I'm gonna get is gonna be Bonanza, but I have no idea when I'm even gonna get it. I think Vara liked it. I watched a tiny bit of her gameplay, but I didn't want any I don't know how like story driven the game is, but I'm like, I want to experience it for myself. So I just watched a little bit. And Donkey Kong 64 is one of my favorite games. So, yeah, maybe. And also, I think tonight we might be doing a sailing stream, but I don't know. Everyone's been so busy. So maybe I'll know before this stream's over. But I think at 9 tonight. You know what? If they don't want to sail, I'll game at 9 tonight anyway. So we'll still do something tonight. Janky Kong, because I'm one of the few who liked Lanky Kong. He was needed, right? You needed the hup to get up to, places that you couldn't reach. I liked all the Kongs. One thing I hope eventually comes, because you guys know I'm not really a plushie person, but like certain ones, I'm like, okay. I hope that Epic Universe eventually has like a dedicated Donkey Kong 64 area. And you know, has like all the plushies and all that cool stuff, because I would get all the Kong plushies. Let's see. Cool. I'll be late to the party, bringing up topics an hour after you talked about it. Yes, of course you will. I didn't like Seth Rogen as Kong either. I'm so tired of hearing Seth Rogen. There was definitely, some better casting, but all right. Where are we here? So I'm not going to play the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer just because YouTube is weird about trailers sometimes. And I know sometimes other streams will play it and like, oh, they were fine, but sometimes they weren't. Like I played the Wednesday trailer. Me and Disbrew react to it on Saucy like a couple weeks ago, and then immediately when the stream ended, I got a like hit for that, and I had to take it down. My favorite Donkey Kong character is Chunky Kong, and then Diddy's probably second. So we'll just take a look at this, right? So Skeet Ulrich has been officially cast in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, reuniting with Matthew Lillard. Fans are going to love this. This is smart. This is really smart because they have a pretty big fan base from the Scream movies, right? I mean, from other stuff too, but together, people that love the Scream movies they're really going to be happy to see these two together again. So I wonder who he's going to be in it. I know a little bit of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, and I know it's something that they can kind of play with a little bit because they did that in the first movie. But we'll see. They're doing it in December again. I mean, people are still going to go see it, but it's always, I don't understand why more of these horror films aren't released in like September and October. I understand they're not all going to want to release in October because then they're competing with each other. So I don't know. Maybe I just answered my own question. I don't know what's coming out in like October, November. So maybe they're waiting for that to, go over, and then this will be the only horror movie that's out. I mean, there's not very many horror movies that get released around Christmas time. So Ian says, I like Matthew Lillard. There's something genuinely unnerving about him. Yeah. Well, I think that's a cool, they're reuniting these guys in this movie. I hope it's good. I don't look at Five Nights at Freddy's as like, groundbreaking, but I enjoyed it. I remember getting crap on Rumble about it. I uploaded a video and people were kind of weird about it over there. But now I don't do videos over there. I just do gaming lives over there now. But yeah, when this comes out, I'll let you guys know my thoughts on it. Sonic Jaded, yes. Hulk Hogan did pass away. Very, very sad. 71. I'm pretty sure he had a heart attack. Rest in peace, man. Insomniac for 2 says Japan has foldable Legos like a pop-up book. That's really cool. Japan has all the cool stuff. I need to find a site that's legit, that isn't gonna like steal my info, that I can get cool stuff shipped from Japan. I know like you can get some on like Amazon and stuff, but and there are a couple little sites like I've gotten snacks from Japan and stuff, but I would love to find like a genuine site that I can get cool like knickknacks and stuff because they have so much cool stuff over there. Kaloff has been a member for 1 month. Thank you. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Give Andre a rematch. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is more entertaining than Fantastic Four. Check it out. Don't paint your chip yellow. I've never seen that movie. I'll add it to the list. I am gonna have to see Fantastic Four though to review it on Saucy. But a few people are saying it's okay. So, maybe it won't be a completely waste of a cinema trip. We'll see. In other news, I'm sorry if I shouldn't laugh at this, but I can't help it. And this was in Tallahassee, Florida, too. So of course it's in Florida. Chuck E. Cheese is arrested while at work by Tallahassee police for credit card fraud. Mr. Cheese has been charged with 3 felonies: theft of credit card, criminal use of personal identification information, and fraudulent use of a credit card. Uh, Jose, I don't know if Lee really cares to see Fantastic Four. He still hasn't even seen Superman, I don't think. I'd have to ask him. But, we're both kinda busy people, so it's hard to hang out a lot. When I go to the movies, it's literally, like, just when I have the time, and it's most of the time I have to go see it before, like, when it drops for Saucy, so I'm gonna have to go either tomorrow at some point or Saturday morning. So, yeah. Man, these kids back here are probably traumatized. I will say I will say, Chuck E. Cheese has gotten a bit ghetto over the years, okay? I was a DZ kid. If you remember DZ Discovery Zone, that's where I used to go as a kid. I actually only went to Chuck E. Cheese, like, once or twice. Um, but this is like, they couldn't take him out the back or something, like, come on now. You gotta do this in front of kids. It's like Mickey Mouse getting arrested in front of kids at Disney World. They probably wouldn't do that. They would take him, like, where the kids can't see it. Like, these little kids are probably so traumatized now. Like, this would stick with me forever if I was a child and I seen Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. That is ghetto, man. Eric says they couldn't have the guy take off the suit in the back, not traumatize the kids. Exactly. The even better. Like, just take him out the back though. Like, my goodness. There was more pictures. Hold on. Let me go on Rich Girl. DZ was the cheap one. What do you mean? That's why we went to DZ. At least where I'm from. Discovery Zone was like considered the ghetto one. All my friends went to Chuck E. Cheese and I went to Discovery Zone. Rats are unsanitary anyways. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Let me see. I'm pretty sure yeah, I bookmarked something over on Instagram, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it was only the 90s kids know. Where'd it go now? There it is. I'm sorry. The comments. Here, this shows a couple more pictures. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at it, but what the heck? Okay, now they take so and people are recording. Brandon said greatest Chuck E. Cheese visit ever. Could you imagine though? This was not real. Okay. I don't think that was that. Somebody added that. I don't know if I can get in trouble for showing that. A Scooby-Doo episode. Oops. I hit the wrong button. I was like, where'd I go? I was trying to take this down and I deleted myself. Hello? Keep your head up, King. I think my Chuck E. Cheese had animatronics. I didn't really go that much. Like, I just remember like DZ Discovery Zone was like, it was just like a playground inside, kind of. So yeah, his possessions back. I canceled myself. Sorry. See? Oopsie. Yeah, no, I hit the wrong button. Okay, let me see here. What else? Oh my gosh. So I don't know why they're doing this. Why did like Air Bud was a silly, cute movie in the 90s when it came out, early 2000, whenever it was. First poster for Air Bud returns in theaters 2026. When I tell you that Hollywood is creatively bankrupt, this is why we say this, okay? Like, why Air Bud of all like, I just don't know why it needs to be done, okay? Like, it made millions of VHS. Listen, I remember it was good. It's probably the same dog, I would guess. I'm kidding for anybody in the chat that thinks I'm being serious. But it's just like they really are terrified to do something new. I loved the Air Bud movie. I thought it was adorable. Like, that is a great movie, you know. Yeah, he only plays yeah, wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so it's in theater summer 2026. Now, I'm not mad that they're doing this. It's just more annoying that they really just can't think of anything new. They really, Jose Taco? That's terrible. Oh, he had illness. That's sad. I just like of all like watch. I'm calling it now. They're gonna redo Homeward Bound, which that can't be redone, and I don't need that emotional trauma in my life again, okay? Shadow, that scene got all of us when poor little Shadow comes limping up all muddy. Oh god, I wanna cry just thinking about it. I loved those movies. But really, uh, we're getting Air Bud is coming back, guys. Everything we've been asking for. I hope Homeward Bound stays untouched, but nothing's sacred. Nothing is sacred. They I know there's a sequel. I've seen the sequel, but I mean, like, and now leave our like 90s, 80s, even 70s. Just leave all that alone, man. Give us something new. He said they better not. Sorry, chat. I just made chat mad. Uh, it might have been Janky Kong. It was a remake of Incredible Journey, possibly, but they did a good job. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do it again. I don't want it though. Let me see. What else should oh my gosh, okay. Have you guys been seeing the memes? If you remember when the queen died, they were Trisha Paytas. If you don't know who she is, bless you. I'm happy for you. I wish I didn't know who it was. The original, like, I wouldn't say original, but she's just like one of the biggest hot messes on the internet. Okay. I'm sure most of you know who she is, but like I said, if you don't know, don't even bother looking at her. Listen, don't. Keep yourself safe from Trisha Paytas, okay? She's a YouTuber, influencer, just hot mess. Anyways, there was this thing happening, right? She had a baby like when the queen died, and everyone was like, "Oh, the queen is reincarnated and Trisha Paytas's baby." But yeah, she named her third child Aquaman. If that tells you anything about this person, she named a baby Aquaman. And that's all you need to know. But people were making jokes like Ozzy when he's reborn uh, with Trisha Paytas's baby because she apparently always has like well, not always. She has like I think she has like 3 I don't know. I don't really keep up with it. But she's had, she had her one baby when the queen died, and now like she had this baby when Ozzy died. Yeah. But yeah, she's ugh, yeah. I thought since I had to see this, you guys got to see it now too. But if you don't know who she is, don't look her up, okay? Don't bother. Protect yourself, okay? I only know who she is because when I first started like watching YouTube, um she was like, I don't know, she was kind of like around and popped up on my feed. I'm like, who's this? And I regret it. Market Reality for 5 says, get with Madam Savvy about cool stuff imported from Japan. Oh, okay. I will do that. I'll send her a message. Thanks, Mark. Did I watch K-pop Demon Slayer? No, I did not. I heard it's good, so I'll eventually watch it. I'm just having a hard time getting past the K-pop stuff because I'm not into it. But I've heard nothing but good things, so I will eventually check it out. Okay, what do we have here? We'll get this out of the way and then I'll do a nice little palette cleanser for you guys. Yeah, I'm not into K-pop at all. Not at all. But I've heard people that don't like K-pop even they liked the movie. So I'll probably give it a go. So another movie that I don't think needs to be continued, another franchise, Skylar Gisondo, however you pronounce his name, is in talks to star in Meet the Parents 4, which I didn't even know that this was going to be a thing. We don't need it, but he would play the fiance of Ariana Grande's character. And here's the source. Sorry, that was bright. It went from black to white. It's like, subscribe. No, thank you. So we're not going to see the source. I did not see Shane. I know there was a third one, but I don't think I seen that one. I seen Meet the Parents and then Meet the Fockers. Because I remember the little baby like swearing, and I thought that was funny. I guess I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Meet the Parents 3. What was that one? Was that when they jumped the shark? So why not do a 4? Oh, Robert De Niro now. 3. Oh, sorry. I'm like, I forgot where I was. Oh, it was this one right here. Little Fockers. I might have saw it when this came out in 2010. I don't think I saw this one. I don't think I saw this one. I have breast you gonna milk me. That was great. See, Meet the Parents was really good, and so was Meet the Fockers, right? That was a fine sequel. Like the first one's meeting her parents, and the second one's meeting his parents. And Dustin Hoffman, he's so good. It was great. I liked the first two. I did not see the third one, and from what the chat is telling me, um, the third one was not good. So them having a fourth one is stupid. So what is it even? Hold on. Let me look into this because what is it even going to be? Meet the Parents 4. Let's see. Now I would like to know. So a month ago, I haven't really. So it says in Meet the Parents 4, Ariana Grande plays an over-the-top, inappropriate fiance for Ben Stiller's character's son. I mean, I guess it has been 15 years since the last one. Can Ariana Grande do comedy? Probably. I remember, I was younger at the time, but I remember thinking that she was all right. Now it's definitely not my type of comedy, but I could see for preteens, teenagers, maybe even like early 20s, the Victorious was kind of funny. I could see her being able to do it because she was like a theater kid, but not like a theater kid like Rachel. So I don't know. She was in Victorious, which was the Nickelodeon show. I don't know. I guess I'd have to see. I don't think she's a bad actor. I'm not a fan of Ariana Grande, but I do think that she has a good voice. A couple of her songs are all right. And as far as acting, she probably can. I've seen I was just gonna say that Vegas Matt, that she was good on that she was good on Saturday Night Live. So I think she can do comedy, but I don't understand why they're doing Meet the Parents 4. Well, let me see. People did a article, so let's pull that up. I don't have to subscribe to read it. So the Fokker family is back. Everything we know so far about Meet the Parents 4. I wonder if that's what they're gonna call it, or if it's gonna have a different name. She is a talented impressionist. She is like I seen her. I think it was probably Jimmy Fallon, where she was like put on the spot. I wouldn't be surprised if she knew ahead of time. Maybe not. where she was put on the spot to do like impersonations, and she did a really good job. So, don't like her as a person, but as an actress, she's pretty good. Okay, so from the cast to the release date, here's what we know so far about Meet the Parents 4. Ariana Grande is joining the Fokker family as their chaos continues in Meet the Parents 4. On May 30th, people confirmed that the Wicked actress was joining Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller in the fourth installment of Universal's hit comedy franchise. During a June appearance on Today, Stiller said that while he couldn't share many of the details yet, Grande is so great with comedy. She's going to be really, really funny and kind of a whole engine of the new movie, he said. The project, set to premiere in 2026, comes over 2 decades after the original Meet the Parents, which grossed more than $330 million at the global box office. Following its 2000 release per Deadline, according to the outlet, the release to its sequels in 2004 and 2010 accumulated a total of $1.13 billion. That's not a lot. I thought the second one was fine. All right. So, what will Meet the Parents 4 be about? Plot details for Meet the Parents 4 have yet to be revealed. However, during a March 2025 interview with SiriusXM, De Niro said he read a version that was pretty good. Is that how we're gonna get? It's pretty good. It was fine. Like whatever. Okay. Um, who's the cast? Let's see. Greg and his intimidating in-law Jack will come face to face again soon as Stiller and De Niro are both set to reprise. Okay, so Stiller and De Niro reprise the role. Stiller opened up about their potential reunion during a January conversation. Okay. So we got so it's just them three. While her role has yet to be revealed, the Hollywood Reporter said she's allegedly portraying the fiance of Greg and Pam's son. Who is directing it? John Hamburg, who co-wrote the first 3 installments, is set to direct and pen the script for Meet the Parents 4. There you have it, folks. It's only them 3. They don't even have the son cast yet, I guess, because nothing there. It'll probably, I don't know. I feel like they will probably go more like Broadway for that one. Like not Broadway, but like it's probably gonna be like a theater kid or something. I feel like, I don't know. It could be a named, like, I don't know. I would say, oh my gosh, what's his name? Glenn Powell would probably go over well because a lot of like the Gen Z ladies definitely like them. Some Glenn Powell. But I don't know if he definitely wouldn't look the role for Ben Stiller's kid. I don't think. Okay, let me see here. Sorry, don't mind me. Okay, we'll do a palette cleanser here for you guys in just a moment. Didn't you show they casted someone for that role already for Meet the Parents 4? I didn't even know that movie was happening unless we talked about it at some point and I just spaced because there's all these like, revivals and reboots happening. Let me see here. I was trying to find something. It's gonna be Pedro Pascal. Don't you put that evil on us, Cranberry. One second. Sorry. Okay. Palette cleanse here. Daphne Keene. Man, did she grow up to be gorgeous. Daphne Keene, aka X23, attends the Fantastic my gosh. It's time for me to stop. The Fantastic Four premiere. I think she looks gorgeous. I like a pretty little black dress, nothing too extravagant or crazy. Do you remember the Logan film? She was the little girl, X23, which is like the female Wolverine kind of. It's like, yes. She looks gorgeous, right? What's up, Says? I see you over there on Kick. Yeah, she's still very young. How old is she? Like she's got to be in her 20s. Oh, yeah, she's only 20. I'm like, she's gotta be in her 20s. She is 20. Yeah, because she was very young. When did Logan come out? Don't mind me. Logan release date. That came out in 2017. Really? I mean, I know that I guess in 2 years that's 10 years. Okay, I was like, it felt like okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Never mind. It makes sense. Just a pupper. Yeah, I think she was an accolade. I didn't watch it. I watched the last episode. You know, just because Disparu and X-Ray. I'm like, you know what? They've been suffering long enough. Watching I mean, I shouldn't say suffering for Disparu because he thrives off of that. He admits it. He's like the worse the you know the worse the show, the better. So, he's fine with that. I okay. Looking for something here. But yeah, there we go. I guess we can stop sharing. That was a nice little palate cleanser. Hopefully, I don't know, and I don't care. Listen, I miss when we knew nothing about his legit vampire energy. He does. He probably would take that as a compliment. Uh, she I don't know, maybe she'll give Sydney Sweeney a run for her money if she's good at acting. She was alright in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, but we have to see more like, you know, uh different kinds of acting, right? Like not superhero type stuff from her. Like I don't even remember her in the Acolyte because I didn't watch it, so I can't comment on that. The heck? Hmm. Well, I was trying when we ended here, I was gonna try and send you guys somewhere, but I can't. So she would be a good Lara Croft. What about Haley Atwell? Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me be quiet for a second because I'm trying to figure out. Oh, wow, quite a few people are live right now. Well, I guess I have to do it this way. All right. So, uh, tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be finishing up my Rose Lego set over on Sidescrollers Plus. So my mods have been dropping the link. If you're interested and you want to support me over there. And then tonight I may be doing a sailing stream in like an hour, but I'm not sure because no one's really said anything about it right now. So I'm gonna send you guys. I wanted to send you guys over to uh Jay and Mo because they're trying to build up that channel, but I can't raid. So I'm still trying to help King's channel grow. So I'll send you, but here's the link if you guys want to hop over to it. It's a Monday, the Monday hangover over on YouTube. It's Jay and Mo. So if you want to go over there and say Wicked Raid, because I can't actually raid for some reason, it's not maybe because they're not at a certain number, you know what I mean? Like for followers and stuff. I don't know. Let me double check and see. Yeah, no. So I'll send you guys there. You can pick there or King's Court. I'm gonna actually raid over to King's Court. Um, but if you could, go give some love over to the Monday Hangover channel there and tell them I sent you, I would appreciate it because they're trying to get that channel going. Um, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I should be out or back on in about an hour playing some Sea of Thieves. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow either. Um, if you come over to Sidescrollers Plus and watch me build Legos, or I'm thinking about setting up a little retro stream and doing Donkey Kong 64 tomorrow night. So, and if not, Saturday for Saucy Saturdays. So I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and make sure you go say hi to the guys. All right. See you later. Bye.